Hey gang, we're digging into NATO Air Commander some more, and today we're going to look at the air units, at the types of air missions, and how we assemble a raid package. So, we have some units here, and as you can see, each counter has 3 factors on it. The first factor is the unit's air factor, which is used to resolve the air escort missions. The next factor is its ground attack factor, which is used to resolve ground defense missions, as well as some of the primary missions in the game. And then we have a strike factor, which comes into play for certain primary missions. And as you can see, some units are better at some things than at other things. Some units are kind of all around okay. So it's really kind of tricky figuring out how to use the very limited resources you have for the maximum benefit. Now you have some direction here in that you get objective cards, 2 cards each turn, and these are things that your higher-ups, your superiors, want you to get done. And if you get them done, you get resource points. Resource points let you buy pilots, let you buy precision-guided munitions, let you repair planes that have been damaged. So those are good things. You want those things. But at the same time, if you put all your resources into accomplishing these objectives and you're not paying attention to the whole situation on the battlefield, you can very quickly get overrun. So there's a reward for succeeding and a penalty for failure. You also lose resource points, then get negative resource points, and that's no good. So let's talk about the different kinds of missions that are available. There are actually quite a few of them. It might seem overwhelming at first, but it's not as complicated as it seems. So if we come over here, we're going to talk about a couple of the missions that you're going to be doing most often. One is a close air support mission, which uses the unit's ground attack factor, and that's going to go in the CAS box. And basically that's going to make it harder for the Warsaw Pact to advance on their track. This will make it a little easier to defend against that because you're providing support to the ground forces. And so that uses the ground attack. You also have a Fofa mission, which targets follow-on forces. So that's basically targeting the reinforcements for the Warsaw Pact. Now, in order to do a Fofa mission, you need to actually have done a successful recon mission beforehand to reveal the reinforced number for that particular Warsaw Pact front. So that also uses the ground attack. And those are the 2 big missions you'll be doing a lot. Now, we have some more specialized missions. One of which, so let's go over to this track here. We have a dead track and an Oka track. And you can do these kind of specialized missions to move these markers up the track. And what this does, the Oka track is going to make it easier to succeed with air escort missions, and the dead tracks make it easier to succeed with the ground attack missions. So, or the seed is what they're called actually. And both those use the strike rating, which is that kind of specialized rating. Now, those 2 missions, the air escort and the seed, are going to be part of every mission that you run, basically. So if we come up here to the air mission display, we have raids, and during the main phase of your turn, you are putting your units into these raid packages. And you can assign units to the primary mission, you're going to assign units to the air escort mission, and you can assign units to the seed mission. Once the air escort and seed missions succeed, then the primary mission goes through and does the thing you want it to do. So you can assign up to 5 units to a single raid, and up to 3 units to a single box within that raid. And so within that restriction, you can put units in how you need to accomplish what you want to accomplish. So let's say we're going to do a close air support mission, CAS mission. So we want to put a unit here that has a decent ground attack rating. That's the rating we're going to use to resolve the mission. We're going to assign a PGM to that. That's going to double its factor, so we'll have a factor of 10. And the way the primary missions work is that for every 5 you have, you do a hit. So that's going to give us 2 hits on that mission. Now, we have some other units here. Let's say that we assign these 2 guys their escort. That gives us a 10 for their escort. And we're going to assign these 2 guys to the ground defense mission. This is giving us a 9, which is a pretty good chance of succeeding. We're also going to put in a pilot on one of these missions. And the way pilots work is that if the mission is going to be aborted, if you draw a card you don't want to draw, you can discard this pilot. You're removing him permanently from the game to draw again. So that gives you an opportunity to maybe succeed on that mission. And so you're able to pile factors in and modify the factors and modify the probability to try to ensure a mission can succeed. Really, you can, if you want to use just your best units on 1 or 2 raids, you're going to ensure those raids succeed. But again, you have, if you go back over here to the map, you have 6 different fronts here that you're trying to prevent them from coming in and overrunning everybody and knocking them out. And if you're just focusing on 1 or 2 things, then all this is kind of free to do what it wants to do. At the same time, you spread it out too thin, you're trying to hit everything at once, then your missions are less likely to succeed. And so it's a very tricky push and pull that you kind of have to master in order to be good at this game and to win it. I've won it once. I've heard of other people who won it twice. It sounds pretty exciting. We'll see how often you win it. So that is NATO Air Commander, and that's how the air missions work together and how you assemble the raid packages and all that fun stuff.